In Affinity, if you make a mistake, you can always undo. But say you make a mistake and later on you notice it and you want to go back to the original point before that mistake. Well, how do you do that? There's a couple of ways of doing it I'm going to show you in this video. But also, perhaps you've closed the document and you still want to change things. Well, there is a way of doing that as well in Affinity. Really useful feature of Affinity. This is version 3.2, but also available in earlier versions as well. So the first thing, got this image, and just go up here to Window, and you've got General, and you've got Snapshots. Select that. So Snapshots, and you will see this. At any point, you can just go here, and there's a little plus. Just click plus, and that will add what you currently see on the screen. It might be made up of lots of layers, might be hundreds of different effects, all of that, but what you can see will be stored. And it's always a good idea, I think, before you do anything, to go to Snapshots and add a snapshot of the original image. Just makes it easier to go back at any point, and also makes it easier for blending, etc. So just simply go here to the plus and add a snapshot, and that will just capture that. And you could say original. So original, click OK. It's an Adobe stock image. It's a free Adobe stock image, so you can use that. Of course, you can find many other images to use and work with. Now you've got that stored, let's just go and apply effect. So I can go up here to Pixel, Filters, Blur, and to actually do that, you need to select the layer. Always the key thing. So unfortunately, I have to do it there again. Pixel, Filters, Blur, and I'm going to go with Gaussian, just something very basic. A Gaussian blur, and click Apply. You've got that. Now, I can again, if I want to, of course, save that. And you can save it at certain points. You don't have to just save it maybe every 30 minutes or hour. You could get to a certain point and you think, yes, I really like that. I want to save it. So just go again to the snapshots, click plus, and just say blur. Just obviously give it a name so you can go back to it. Maybe blur 1, blur 2. You might do different effects. Now you can see you've got multiple of these snapshots. So maybe you decide, you know what, I've made a mistake. I want to go back. I want to go back to the original. Well, to go back to the original, simply just go here, make certain it's selected, and then you go here. Just go to the restore snapshot. So just click there, and you've got that. Now you'll notice you've still got the blur. That blur effect is still there. It's not applied to the image or anything. So at any point, you can always go back to it. But also what you can do, even more useful, is this. You can go to Layer, and just down to bottom, New Layer from Snapshot. And you can see you've got the 3. Exactly, it matches exactly the same as the panel, the Snapshots panel. So you can see Monday, obviously that's the same as the original as well as the blur. So I can select blur, and it will create a completely fresh layer. It doesn't create multiple other layers. It will just be the snapshot of the screen at that point. So blur. So you've now got that. And you can see over in the layers panel, you've got 2 layers. You can, of course, go over here again, blur, select that one. And again, you can duplicate it. Also, there's an option over here, new document from Snapshot. That's really useful as well. But if you want to again apply it, simply just go to Layer, New Layer from Snapshot, and Blur. And you can just add it again. Now, of course, it's just the blur in this case. But it could be other effects. You could have created 5 or 6 different things, different designs. Maybe any of the others. So let's just go again to Pixel, Filters, go with Distort, and maybe Twirl. A twirl effect, which is quite apt for, obviously, with a coffee. Twirl there, and you can move the twirl there. Just position it over the top there, and you could change the radius, something like that. Just there, and click Apply. Now, this image can be again saved, so plus, and you could say twirl and blur. Click OK. It's stored. Again, exactly the same as before. You can now just add that as a new layer or go back. So blur or the original. Let's just put the original back again, restore it. So you've gone back to the original, but as before, you can go to layer, new layer from snapshot, blur, layer, new layer from snapshot, twirl blur. So you've got now a combination of multiple, and it could be any number of effects or anything. Any kind of image. It could be gradients. It could be a type layer that you've created, which you can just bring in back again and simply apply again and again and create multiple layers, which can then be combined in different ways. But also the great thing about this, now you've got these multiple layers. You can go over here, you've got pixel one here. You can then go for blend mode, so darken, or maybe go, and especially I think with the colour burn, I think with that rich coffee effect for affinity, I think really adds to that. And pixel, you can go there for that blur layer, and you can run through that. The only pity I think would be nice if they'd actually added a feature where the layer name is put over in the layers panel. It was based on the snapshot. I think that would have been a nicer feature, but it doesn't do that. It just says pixel, which is not so useful. And you can see you run through this and you can get, say, pin light or something like that. Create some interesting designs there, sort of sugary, sort of poured down there. So you've got that, and again, you can capture exactly what you've got here and so on with the snapshots. But also what you can do, even more useful, is it can be saved. And a really good feature, file and go with save history with document. Now, unfortunately, it does not seem to go with that as a full-time preference. You can't set it, and every time you create a new document that you end up having that feature, saving the history. I wish it would do that, but it doesn't. You have to set it each time you create a new document. With the new document, you have to go to that save history, otherwise it will not do it. So now, save history with document. So let's just save history with document. It doesn't do the save. It's slightly confusing text as well. I think it's not the save itself, it's up further up. Oh, save history, yes, does come up with a thing. Enabling save with history means that anybody you send this document to can see everything you did to create it. So, of course, if you don't want to show your techniques, how you get to something, then perhaps you don't want to do that. Of course, that's up to you. Do you still want to enable it? Yes. Obviously, at some point, people turn around and said, you know what, it reveals too much, perhaps. I'm not often worried about that. However, now, file and save as. Let's just save it. And I'm just going to save it to my desktop. This makes it easier. And I'm going to call it X. I've already got a document there already. And replace. So now this image and everything is stored away with these snapshots. Also with the history, because that's another option that you can use. You might not want to use snapshots at all. I find snapshots really useful for creative things because you can combine it with all these various effects. You could build up all kinds of complex designs and then generate layers from them. But also, as mentioned, there also is, of course, the option for this as well, which I think is also very useful. So again, you can restore it or simply just go there, new document from snapshot. So that snapshot, the twirl blur, you might create something. You think, you know what, I really like that. I don't want to really work with it any further, but I might in the future. Now you can, of course, go to save at that point. But it's say you forget and you go along later and you think, oh, I wish I'd saved that. Now it's too late. I've got too many other effects. Well, you can. You can go to snapshot and you can click here and just click there. And you can see now you've got a new document. Now you've got that new document and you can obviously save that or you can continue to work from it. Notice all the snapshots. There's no snapshots associated with it because you just haven't saved it. Again, probably a good idea. Just click there and add an initial one and then you've at least got it. Go back to it at any point. Now, back to the original document there. There is also another way of undoing. Obviously, this edit undo. There's always that. You can go through all that very quickly. But another one is go to Window and just down here to General and History. So History, in history, you can see now you've got the list of all the various things you've done. And as you do this, now that should not remove the snapshots. If you go through that, the snapshots remain. There's no option there saying add snapshot. It doesn't. That's not part of the history. So you're not going to lose your snapshots if you go and undo. But it does mean, say you decide, you know what, I want to go to the twirl. You just go back there. And you can see then, as you go through back, you can go back to the original before the gouging, something like that. Just use a snapshot. Now, another option is you can run through like this. You can go through. Now, I have to say, I find this position option sometimes doesn't always work. I wouldn't rely on it as much. I've found the odd issue with it. It has crashed a number of times. If it gets too complicated, I guess it's an issue for this history panel. So I personally don't like relying, if you've got loads and loads of entries, maybe hundreds or 200 entries, you go with this slider. Sometimes I think it just suddenly has a tendency to go, whoa, no, I can't handle it. And it's just, perhaps with the latest version, that bug has been fixed. But I had quite a few experiences with it crashing when I've used it in the past. But be aware of that. But it does mean you can go through this and you can go back to the twirl or go back here. And then, of course, you can then go over here to snapshots. Now, if you start with this history over here, and now you say, oh, you know what, I want to do something else now. You've got all these entries here. Got all these entries, all these ones. Soon as you go up here, say pixel filters, let's just do something. I'm just going to go with add noise. Add noise and click apply. And then you'll notice the history you had before is gone. It's lost. I do not know of any way how to revert it other than, I guess, undo, add noise. No, it's not going to come back. You have lost it. Basically, that's it. It's gone. And the only way around it is to get the original images, if you're happy with it, is again the very, very useful snapshots feature, which is over here, of course, and just use that. You can, of course, also delete them, because the thing is, if you go and save, let's just go to File and Save. Just save it. Because you've got the history, let's just go over here, Finder, and go to Desktop, and go here, and let's just get info. And it's 252 megs. I suspect if it didn't have the history saved with it, it probably wouldn't be 252. But it, of course, all those history things, it stores it. So, okay, you've saved it. Now, let's just close it. So close, so File and Close. File and Close, even. Don't save, don't want that. And then go to File, and again, Open, and there's the AF file. It needs to be an AF file format. No point trying to save it to PSD or any of the others. It will not store the history. It needs to be save, and save it in the Affinity format. So x.aff, and then you've got the history, and you've also got snapshots. So that's why you've got a lot of probably data there, a lot of data here, and it's just boosts up the file size. But just be aware of that. But if it's an important document, you want to store all the path, all the history, then this feature I think is a very useful way of doing it. Hope you found this tutorial about Affinity's wonderful snapshot and history feature of interest. Any thoughts or questions about it, please let me know in the comments below. Bye.